I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it.
What's going on, y'all? This is Terrance. I want to welcome you to another edition of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by WTV over the digital airways of YouTube. We are live, and today we're here to react to Luka. He appeared on LeBron and Steve Nash's Mind the Game podcast, talking about last season and talking about, just basketball in general and how basketball is affecting today's youth. Before we get into the reaction of Mind the Game interview with Luka Dončić, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well, where you guys can be notified for upcoming and past content as well. Also, check out some other videos that I've posted. I did one today reacting to Miley Cyrus, Easy Lover music video, and there's a bunch of other videos that you guys can check out as well. And also check out the community section where you guys can vote on friendly debates and polls. Here's one. Who's going to win the NBA championship this year? Is it going to be the Indiana Pacers or the Oklahoma City Thunder? I know a lot of people think it's going to be a sweep, and a lot of people are going with OKC, but I'm gonna go against the odds. I think the Pacers are going to get their championship this year. That's who I'm rolling with. But right now, it's all about Luka, LeBron, and Steve Nash. Let's get to it. Let's check it out.
No, really, I think it'd be unfair for the audience if we didn't ask you off the bat what it's like playing together, how you feel playing with LeBron. I know you looked up to him as a kid, and now you guys are teammates.
I mean, it's great. You see, I've never played with a guy like this. And, just being traded to here, to LA, it was different. But just to play with guys like him, it's unbelievable. I can learn so many stuff, first of all, off the court, all the things he does just to be ready for the game. And obviously on the court, everybody knows what kind of player he is.
What, give me an example of a couple things you've seen, being around him every day where you're like, he does that? What's he doing over there? Is there anything that stands out initially where you're like, wow?
Well, first of all, he shows up 10 hours before the game. So, that was really the main, I came to the arena.
For
he was
22 years?
He was already done working out. I was like, what?
Yeah. OKC, so handsy, athletic. They speed people up. They can't speed them up. What's your take? Were you saying you have no speed?
Yeah, that's one thing about LeBron, and not just LeBron, just players in general. A lot of people don't know what these guys have to do and put their bodies through just to be on the court. Now, obviously, I'm a LeBron guy, but I remember Dwayne Wade going through some of his workouts, stuff just to be on the court. And it's kind of similar with the NFL as well, that you sometimes can't go through some of the walkthroughs and go through some of the reps. Then pretty much they kind of gauge that your body may not necessarily be ready for the game. Now, obviously, the more experienced players has been around for a long time. Sometimes they're going to trust those guys to be kind of like a game time decision and kind of see how their bodies feel. But for the most part, it's a lot. It's a big grind. It's a lot of work that goes into a NBA season. And a lot of That's the thing you have to respect about people like, LeBron. You have to respect that about Tom Brady as well. Like, year in and year out, being ready to put their bodies through that type of grind, and that is mentally taxing. And a lot of times when people stop playing, it's not so much that they don't miss playing or they don't have the capability sometimes to physically keep playing, is are they mentally able to keep tapping into that place, mentally able to keep going through the grind of the workouts, the rest, the eating, the travel gets harder for a lot of people as well. So it's definitely a lot that goes into being a professional athlete. I've never been a professional athlete. I am an athlete, and I'm a runner. I was one definitely for a long time, and that kind of came to a halt a little bit, having back surgery. However, but same thing, like being able to every day put yourself in position to knowing that you're gonna, run these miles. And I remember there was a time I used to run. I started off walking, okay, and then I started running, and I knew the treadmill at our gym very well. So you could get through a 5K, and pretty much I think the machine I had it set for 6 minutes, 6 miles per hour, I should say, and kind of like within like 36 minutes total. So maybe a minute or two of walking, and then it will go up on 6 miles an hour, and then get up to the kind of like the 5K mark. And then I would bring it down, walk for like 1 minute, and be done. And doing that over like a 4 month stretch, I was able to like build up my wind, where that became a little bit easy, being able to go through that regiment. And then I started doing 4 miles, and then I got up to 5. And then this was on the treadmill. And a lot of people was like, oh man, like how could you run that long on the treadmill? And but 30 something minutes at that time, it really wasn't a lot. There was a lady who ran at our gym, and I admired her because she could run forever. I mean, like I would start and then she's still going. So she was like the person I kind of gauged, like, okay, I gotta get on her level. And I kept working and kept working and kept working. And I eventually got myself up to that level where I could do more, I could do more. And I remember one day I purposely ran next to her and I outran her. So she stopped first. And that's when I knew, maybe I got something here." And then I kind of went outside of just running on the treadmill, started running outside. And where I worked at, I would run up the highway of where I worked. I kind of had like this routine. I do that no matter where I'm living or whatever. I kind of, learn like a routine for me to, run through. And I did that. And then I started competing in races. I won a couple. I ranked highly in some of the ones that I didn't win. Like my very first one, I was third place for the male runners, and then I competed in a really tough race. And this one was like the hardest one, probably to this day, I ever ran. Is the Mercedes-Benz run, and this was in Birmingham. Oh my goodness, man, that thing was tough. But I ranked. What we did was we kind of split it up where we were in teams, and I had the last 8 miles, and this was like uphill, and a lot of people who run every day were stopping, and I was able to complete mine. And then there was another race where it was 197 people that competed, and I was 17th out of 197 people. And then my next race, I came in second place. Then I won one. So, what I'm saying in a nutshell is it took a lot of discipline. And people used to ask me, because I used to have this nickname as the Treadmill King. And really, what it is mental. It's mental. It's all mental. And I was going through a lot of stuff at the time and was just able to like really focus on my goal and mentally every day, be ready to get that challenge going. And I was so disciplined, it didn't matter the weather. It could be the winter time. I would still run. It could be raining. I remember one time I ran with a trash bag on to keep from getting wet. So it was like discipline, man. It's discipline. So I definitely respect, this work that LeBron and, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, people that can play for so long and year in and year out go through that taxing grind, man. Let's look at a little bit of LeBron's workout routines. That's why I don't listen to a lot of these guys on YouTube who think they know so much about basketball. Because listen, first of all, I mean, for everything that LeBron does, he is big time underpaid. He could definitely be paid so much more than he is making. And a lot of people who think, oh, Genie should move on or whatever. First of all, they're not the ones buying $20,000, tickets for a single game. And, Jeannie has not only a fan base, but she has tickets to sell. And, the sales, the ratings, all those things have been significantly upward since LeBron has been there. And, but you see, going through his workout, he doesn't cheat the game, and that's why pretty muchly as long as he wants to play, he can, lace it up. And especially having Luka now, it takes off some of the pressure from him. They didn't have like a large amount of time to kind of gel last year. So I have, a lot of expectations for this season. And I think even though Luka is the point guard, I think there could be some times that Luka could, even though this buys LeBron, more years, but I think sometimes Luka could kind of play off the ball a little bit, maybe let AR bring the ball up, or in some sequences let LeBron bring it up, so they can kind of mix it up, and where it's going to be less taxing on each guy. But I have high expectations for this year. Coming up, this season coming up. Obviously, we didn't reach our goal last year. We definitely need a center with AD gone. I think we did the best we could do last year, but I would love to maybe get someone like Sabonis. I think Sabonis would be a good fit. Maybe I don't know. I think Sabonis. I mean, I was trying to think of some other names, but I think Sabonis would be like a good fit. But drop a comment in the comment section, especially if you're a Laker fan. Who would you like to see the Lakers get on the squad this year? Whatever we do, I want to keep AR. I think AR is a big piece of our team, and we probably need a center and maybe 1 to 2 athletic wings, and I think we'll be okay. But I just wanted to kind of go into that a little bit to talk about, Luka appearing on the Mind the Game podcast. And you should definitely check out the full episode. I looked at it this morning, some good commentary on there. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in. And before we get out of here, those who want to follow me on all the social media sites, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at I'm in the Hills, Snapchat, X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok, all at I'm in the Hills. Those who want to donate to efforts to Cash App and Venmo or both, I'm in the Hills. I have 2 websites, www.doubleetv.com. That's with 2 E's. That stands for Epic Elevate Division, which is my production company, and also www.terrancehill.com as well. Connect with me on all social media sites. And for those who are watching on YouTube, you can send in a super chat. I want to thank you guys for tuning into this edition of Terrance Hill TV. We are streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So let me know where you're watching this particular show from. I would love to hear from you. Check out some other content that I have posted, and check out the community section as well, where you guys can vote on polls and let your opinions and voices be heard. But yeah, I have high expectations for the Lakers for this upcoming season, and definitely want to see what moves are going to be made. Let me know who do you predict to win the NBA championship this year. And, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell, leave a comment in the comment section. And lastly, those who want to donate to our efforts, the Cash App and Venmo are both I'm in the Hills. And those who are watching on YouTube, send in a super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, man, like I say, we didn't have like a lot of time to, be a unit this year. And I remember when LeBron went to Miami, it took a while, took some games for them to mesh and gel. When he went back to Cleveland, and I remember Deion Waiters was there, and there were several games where LeBron would just kind of stand in the corner and just let the team do whatever that he deemed not to be winning basketball. And it took maybe about 10, 15 games. They ended up like busting up the team, made some moves and some trades. So what I'm saying and what I'm hinting at is give LeBron and Luka and AR and the new center that they're going to bring in and some of these athletic wings, give these guys a full training camp to, gel and mesh together. This is going to give JJ an additional year. He could use the first year as some experience. But I thought JJ did a good job. I would love to see, they're going to add any pieces to the staff, what changes may happen there. But, yeah, I think another year into this thing, sky's the limit. Yeah, I definitely have championship expectations for the Lakers for this upcoming season. That may not sit well if you're not a Laker fan, but it is what it is. But I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.
I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it